going on, everybody? Here we are. I don't even know what day it is, March 27th or something. We're on lockdown here in Michigan. So I'm kind of getting out, looking at a new spot that I have permission to hunt. Haven't hunted it a lot. I'm on a new side of it here, kind of by a big wetland you can see. And I did start finding some flake here, so kind of got my hopes up. I've walked this other part of the property a few times with no luck, and so I come over here and started finding a few flakes, and I got something poking out right here. Kind of looks like tip. Looks like it has flaking on it. Sorry for the road noise again, it's pretty close to a road, but I want to see if this isn't another. I don't know if that's a flake or it looks like it has a little notch. Yeah, it's broke on that side. It looks like it's, I don't know, maybe a tiny little thin bird point. Sure looks like a point to me. Well, I'll get it cleaned up and see what it looks like. What's going on, everybody? Mike here from Artifact Addiction. Hey, I'm on a solo hunt today on my way home from work, and I hit a little spot here in Michigan. I found it last year, and it's pretty small. It just kind of sits over a little bit of a like a water hole. And during COVID last year, I scouted it a little bit, and I found a few flakes, and I found one small little flake point, and it had a little bit of a broken base on it, and I'll put that video up on here as well. Well, I've been excited to get back here, you know, hoping to find some more stuff. It's pretty local to where I live, so anything I find that's local is pretty exciting to me. So anyway, like I said, we got a ton of rain last night, and so I've been waiting to get back out here. Haven't found a whole lot. I was actually just getting ready to leave this spot and go to a different spot. I did find one little tool, and I'm gonna shut the camera off and I'm gonna flip it around so I can show you here. I found one little tool, and just before I was getting ready to leave, I think I got a point in the ground here. I don't even know where I'm looking here. I think I'm supposed to be looking over here. I've got a point in the ground here, and it looks like it's killer material. Nothing that I normally find here by home. So I'm gonna get it pulled here and see if it's anything good. All right, guys, I'm back. Here is that tool that I found not that long ago. If I can get her to focus here. I didn't know what it was at first. I popped it up before I even really knew. Almost looked like it was a point, and then when I popped it out of the ground there, it looked like a broken base. But I think it's just a crude tool. You can see flaking all over it. I'll get it washed up, see what it looks like. Hopefully you can hear me well. The road's pretty close here, but anyway, yeah, you can see the flaking. That's like I said, more of the material that I find around here. Pretty crude, not the greatest of color. I was just getting ready to leave, and I got a tip sticking out of here, and it looks dynamite. Check this out. I couldn't believe it at first. I sat there and stared at it for a minute, thinking there's no way that's a point. But it looks like a tip, and it almost looks like there's a little ear here. So I'm gonna get it pulled here, and fingers crossed that it's a point and that it's whole. Not a whole lot of tension there. Come on, baby. Oh, dude, it is a good point. How about that for a local Michigan find? Oh man, that right there will make my week. Like I said, I don't find a whole lot by the house. Maybe 1, 2, 3 points a year. It's got a big old chunk taken out of the back of it there. Maybe 1 or 2, 3 points at the most a year. So any that I find is a bonus. Really happy to find this new little site. I kind of knew it wasn't going to produce a whole lot, but like I said, 1 point is better than nothing. So figured I'd bring you guys along. Thanks for enjoying it. What's going on, guys? Hey, I'm out at a spot today, kind of a special spot for me. This is a spot that I actually found the first point that I ever found starting arrowhead hunting probably 3-4 years ago. the very beginning of our videos, you can see that point, and it's kind of, like I said, a special spot for me. I haven't been back here for quite some time. This year it was flooded out really bad with the river, and as you can see, it's pretty tough looking conditions. Everything's kind of grown up in grass. I finally got down here today, and you know, I didn't expect to find a whole lot. I don't find a ton here. Found that one point years ago. I found some scrapers over the years, but I continue to come just because, like I said, it was the spot where I found my first point. I think I might have just found maybe my second point here, and it doesn't look like a faker. I can see some flaking on the back. So this one means a lot to me. It's a lot of walking. Let's hope to heck that it's in there. Don't be broke. Oh yeah, baby. Nice. Oh, that's sweet. I know we find a lot of points on our videos in other states, but this is a local point for me. This one is here maybe 10 minutes from where I live here in Michigan, and we just don't seem to find a whole lot. So for me to find one here is like finding a dozen in another state. So this one means a lot, and I'm super excited to find it. So hope you guys enjoy. Good morning, everybody. Happy Memorial Day. Hey, I'm out here on a spot that's pretty special to me. It's a little site that I found a couple years ago, and it's actually where I found my very first point. And I think in this whole montage of Michigan stuff here, you'll see a clip where I found my second point of this site. I don't find a whole lot, but I do come back every year just to check it out, because you never know. And I think I possibly just came up on my third point ever here. So let's check it out. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty promising. I just found a flake a minute ago, so fingers crossed. Oh man, that's looking good. That is looking good. Oh, that is really nice. That's Indiana green, isn't it? Wow, that's a long way to find that right there. Some Attica chert. That's a long way to find that. That is beautiful. Look at that point. I can't tell if it's got a little bit of a break right there. Maybe a little bit of a busted spot on the base, but I'm not complaining, because that is a freaking killer. Man, that's a day maker for me, especially on this spot. Like I said, it's been, I think this is the 4th year walking it, and this is only the 3rd point off of it, so they don't come easy. Man, beautiful point. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Hope everybody's enjoying it, spending some time with their family. I know I'm gonna do that later today, so. Hey guys, I'm back about maybe an hour or so after I found that really killer Indiana green Attica piece. Man, I'm kind of speechless. I don't even know what to say. Still Memorial Day. I got maybe another 15 minutes to walk before my wife picks me up. And I think I just walked up on a Paleo piece. I don't know if it's a Clovis or what. It's right on top. Like I said, I'm kind of speechless. This thing it looks like it has a little bit of a base sting on it, but for the most part, it looks like it's all there. Let's get it pulled out. I'm gonna flip the camera over, just because I can't video, I guess, this way. So I'll get the camera flipped over, and then we'll show you. All right, guys, I'm back. I just got the camera flipped around. Like I said, kind of speechless. Don't know what to say. I saw it from a few rows over. Thought maybe it was a piece of trash because I'm walking along the river here. There's a lot of styrofoam and crap that gets washed up when the river floods. So I walked over here and I could not kind of believe it. Check this out. Look at this. Tell me that doesn't look like a Clovis. I know there's a little tiny bit of a base ding. That looks pretty paleo to me. I don't even know what to say. See what was laying? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Look at this point. If that ain't paleo. Oh yeah. I mean, it's full of dirt, but it feels heavily ground. Yeah, it's all flaked really heavy here. It's ground all the way up to here, guys. This whole thing is ground. Oh, it's a shame it's got a little bit of a ding. But how do you complain about that? That's a friggin' Clovis. Yeah, it's ground as smooth as can be all the way up to there. Yep, about to here, more than halfway. I don't see any flutes on it. Get back into focus here. I don't see any flutes on it. I'll have to get it washed up and take a better look at it, but I can't even believe it. I cannot even believe it. Look at that point. Killer, absolute killer. Like I said, happy Memorial Day, everybody. I actually want to take a second to thank all the men and women for actually giving us this opportunity to have a Memorial Day, and for me to be able to walk and enjoy, you know, this hobby, this great hobby. And if it wasn't for the men and women who sacrificed their lives, we wouldn't have a chance to be able to do this. So first and foremost, thank you for that. Hope everybody's having a good day. How's it going, everybody? June 8, 2021. I'm actually on a site today I call my Michigan Lakeside site, and I'm trying to get this done here before the thunderstorms hit. You can see them coming in right here. Also, there's a big road right behind me, so there's a lot of noise. Been out here a couple times over the years, found a few points a few years ago. Last year was pretty slow, didn't find anything, kind of got discouraged. So I got out here this year, found a pile of flakes so far, and I finally came up on another point. So let's check it out. Just like that other site over on the river that I said that they don't come easy, this is another one. This is probably my 4th year hunting this site, and probably half a dozen points is all I got from here. So any of my find, it's hard-earned, and I'll take any one that I can find. So little tiny guy, check this little dude out. Like I said, there's a road right here, so there's people going by. There's an ice cream shop behind me, and there's people watching me. So I'm gonna get this thing videoed real quick and keep looking so I can get this whole site walked in one day so nobody else can get in here behind me. So hopefully I'll find something else. If I don't, hope everybody is out having fun, and rock on, guys. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Here's going to be a quick cleanup video for various hunts that I've done here local to my place here in Michigan. I don't find a whole lot every year, as you saw in the videos, but I do try to get out on a few productive sites that I live by, and if I find 1 or 2 points a year, I'm pretty happy with it. So this is everything put together for the last 1.5 years, so let's get a look at it. I kept everything kind of according to site. I got a lot of points in my collection from these sites, but these are just the ones that I found this year or last year. This is a site that was one of my best sites to begin with. I think I found 6 or 7 points off that site the first year, and it's kind of slowly gone down from there. Last year I didn't find any points. The only thing I found was this really nice flake knife, and so I keep it like I said, to keep it all together as one site kind of just adds to it. I like to find a point every year, but we know how that goes. It's not going to happen. So anyway, I didn't video that. I think it's just in there as a still, but pretty nice flake knife. This year I did happen to score a little tiny point out there, and kind of goes with the collection that I have from there. I do have 3, I think, of these tiny little points. Most of the stuff that comes off that site is early to mid archaic. I'm assuming that this is probably some sort of little atlatl dart point, probably from early archaic times. A little bit lopsided, but like I said, local here. I'm super happy with finding that piece. This was another site that's probably 5-10 minutes down the road from that. And this site I actually found last year during quarantine time, and it overlooks like a little bit of a water hole. And I found this little flake point out there. Fortunately, it's got a broken ear there on that side, but you can see it's flaked on that side, and it's got some pretty decent flaking on that side as well. It was the only point that I found out there last year, so I went back this year after it was tilled up and found this piece of this flint. It's pretty rough looking, not sure exactly what the material is, but definitely could tell that it was worked. Pretty crude, so I knew it was something, and I figured I'd bring it back. But then right before I left, I was fortunate enough to find this really nice point here. Made really well on the one side, does have a big stack on the other side, but it was pretty material, something that I don't normally find around here. We don't have the best flints here in Michigan, so always looking for materials that come from out of state, which is a pretty cool surprise too. So was fortunate to find that piece. And then my best site this year was a site that I actually found my very first point on a few years ago, and kind of slowed down for me, but this year it was pretty good. This point came off there last year. The conditions weren't very well. They planted, it's right next to the big river, and it flooded really bad, and all of the corn pretty much got washed out, and it was full of grass. I did make one trip down there, and was fortunate enough to find this little point. I believe it to be a little Brewerton, super heavily ground base, made really well. So I was really fortunate, like I said, to find that one piece down there last year. Really made my year as far as finding a point on the site where I found my very first point, which you saw in the video. And then this year I got really lucky down there. The conditions were absolutely perfect, and I was super fortunate to find this big piece made out of Attica chert, and which was, to me, was really cool because looking at the material source, it's about 270 miles from where I found the point. So to me, that's just as neat as finding the point. Not exactly sure what type of point it is. It's got a little bit of a base sting down there. Could be a hopewell or something like that. We do have a lot of hopewell stuff in the area, so that definitely could be that, but definitely not positive on what that is. I would say the point of the year for me came from that site this year, about 10 minutes after I found this piece, and I just couldn't believe it when I found that point right there. As you guys all saw, I was pretty much speechless finding that point. Tika and I have been pretty lucky over the last year or two finding a couple different paleo points, and you know, I can't say enough about how fortunate we are to find those. I know most people want to find one in their lifetime, and we found multiple. So I'm super happy with that. Not exactly sure, you know, 100% what type it is. It definitely looks like possibly Clovis to me. It's super heavily ground all the way up to about right there at the end of my finger, and then same as on this side, you can see where it's ground all the way up to about there. So probably 2/3 of that point is heavily ground. The other cool feature that I thought was neat on this point, and was brought up to me by a good friend of mine, was the different color in the patina on this. You can see where it's really dark up here from the grinding up, and then it's really light, kind of stained orange from the grinding down where it was hafted. On both sides, actually, you can see the different patina on there. And he had suggested that this point possibly, you know, was hafted maybe on a spear when it went into the ground, and the maybe it was stained from the pine tar or pitch or whatever it may be that was used in the hafting process. It looks like maybe it stained it from here on down, which is pretty cool. So different color patina on that really adds to that piece. Like I said, it doesn't have any flutes to it, but it is obviously a paleo point, heavily ground. Does have a little bit of a base sting, but so I'm not really exactly sure what it is, if it's an unfluted Clovis or what it might be. There's a couple different opinions out there, but either way, I'm glad to have saved it, so it goes in the site collection with the rest of the stuff from there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that Michigan hunt, or I guess a bunch of hunts there, and hopefully I can bring some more to you over the next couple of years. Put them together and piece them together and send them out your way. So thanks for everybody that's been watching. Hopefully everybody's having a good summer, and please like it and subscribe to this video if you haven't. We really appreciate it, and it helps our channel out a lot. So enjoy the summer, guys. Take it easy.